Hello and welcome back. So today I'm making fresh cut fries at home. This can be done with a fryer, which is what I'm using today, or an air fryer. My air fryer is on the fritz, so I've had to pull out my handy dandy fryer. You can also do them in the oven, although I don't personally think they turn out as well. And the reason I wanted to do this video is there's a couple methods that make the home fries at home taste the best and turn out the best. So the first thing we need to do is we need to cut our potatoes long ways, and you want them to be uniform in size so that they cook evenly. So I have this nifty little tool that my father-in-law gave me. You just put your potato in here and you push this down and it pushes it through this grid, and that makes these all very uniform inside, with the exception of sometimes on the edges, if your potato, because it's not square, you get kind of smaller ones, you can take those out, or you can trim your potato to fit so that everything is uniform. I don't mind a couple crispier fries in mine, as opposed to trimming my potato. The second step, soaking your potatoes in cold water. I did add a couple ice cubes to make it a little bit colder than what came out of my sink. You want to soak them for about 30 minutes. What this does is it rinses off, and I don't know how well you can tell. I'll move my camera here. This water is cloudy, and it's cloudy because the starch is coming off of those potatoes, and that's what we're looking for. We want to remove some of that starch. So after 30 minutes, we are going to dry these off, which is a very important step. We want to dry the potatoes off before we put them in the fryer, because water and oil don't mix, as you know, and it's going to create splashback. Even though my fryer has a lid, we still want to be mindful of that. I'm preheating my fryer to 300 degrees. We are going to blanch the potatoes first at 300 degrees. This is a double fry method. Then we're going to let them rest. Once they cool, then we're going to fry them the rest of the way, and you can use a temperature between 365 and 375. So I'm going to put it right in the middle there at 370, and we'll fry them again. So we'll come back. I'll show you those steps as we go. I'm letting these sit in the water for 30 minutes while this preheats, and then we'll get on to the frying side. We are back with our chilled potatoes. So I have taken a sheet pan and laid a tea towel or a kitchen towel on it, and I'm just drying these off. You don't want any water on them, so I'm just I'm lightly moving them around just because I don't want to snap them. I want to try to keep them in the shape that they're in, but I want to dry them off. So you just want to do this, or get a separate towel, which I don't have, but a separate towel, and you can blot the top too. So this is, you want to get as much water off of these as possible. So those are ready to go. So I'm gonna set them here, and I'm gonna bring my basket up. Oops. So this fryer has a basket, and then it's got the lid. So I'll put the fries in the basket, I'll put the lid down, and then I drop the fries into the hot oil. And this is preheated to 300 degrees. So we only want to put in enough fries that fit in the basket. And do be careful. If you're worried about splashback, you can lift the basket like this and put them in so they're not touching the oil when you put them in, because the oil does reach the bottom of my basket. And we don't want to overcrowd the basket either, so use your best judgment on how full you want it. I think I'm going to end up doing probably two baskets. So I'm going to put the lid down, and then I'm going to drop it in, and I'm going to give it a shake up and down and side to side as much as possible. And I'm going to let that go. I'm going to check it here in just a couple minutes. The idea is we want them a little bit wimpy. So we want them cooked about halfway through, because we're going to double fry them. So when they come out, I'm going to move my tea towel, and I'm going to put some paper towels down, and I'm going to let them rest on the paper towel to drain any excess oil before we fry them again. Okay, so we're just finishing our first part of the double fry for these French fries. And this is what you're looking for. You want it a little wimpy, so we know that that first fry is done. So I'm going to pull that out and throw it on our paper towel. Whoops, I got one that's trying to get away. And we're just going to let those rest and drain while we do our second basket. I cut up 3 medium-sized potatoes because I wasn't really sure how much I would get out of them. So I'm probably going to have leftovers. Well, I know I will because I'm serving this with my lunch, but my son will be extremely happy when he gets home from school and finds French fries. So these will not last past today. If you have a teenage boy, you know exactly what I'm talking about, although I know some teenage girls that love food too. So nothing against either side. Okay, so we're going to put this down into our fryer. Give it a shake, and we're going to let those ones go for our first of our double fry. So I'm just going to kind of mix these around and let those drain a little bit. And then we'll come back. Once this batch is fried, on that first fry, I'm going to turn my heat up to 370 so that we can do that second go. Once we do that second go and they turn golden brown, these are done. The only thing left to do is season them. And then I'll come back and we'll go over seasonings and dipping sauces and things of that nature when we come back. Alrighty, time for our second fry. We're up to temp, and these have had a chance to dry off, so I'm just going to take them. I'm just going to use my tongs to put them in because I don't want to catch my paper towel on fire, but I also don't want to splash myself by dumping them in. So we're just going to do it this way. There might be a more efficient way to do this, but this is how we're doing it today. All right, I'm going to drop those in. So now the goal is, we're going to pull them out when they are golden brown or whichever golden color you prefer your fries to be. When they come out, I'm going to put them on this paper towel just to dry the grease off of them. And then I have a bowl I'm going to transfer them to. And the purpose of the bowl is I'm going to use the bowl for the seasoning so I can toss them in the seasoning. So once I get both of these sets fried to the golden brown that I want them to be at, we're going to look at the seasoning that I'm using, but we're also going to talk about some other seasonings that you might like that elevate your home fries more than just salt and pepper. If you use pepper, I know some people do, some don't, but it is definitely going to be more than just salt that we're going to discuss when we once I get these all fried up. Okay, we are back and my fries are done, and I'm just going to take this last batch that I just pulled out. You can see that they're nice and golden brown. And so now we are going to talk seasonings. So today I'm using this black truffle and herb seasoning that I just got. It has salt in it, so I won't need any salt with it. You could do a truffle oil and Parmesan cheese. I know you can get truffle oil on Amazon. You could do, I'm trying to think of any other seasonings you could do with it, because you could do garlic, you could do Italian seasoning, you could do cilantro lime sweet potato fries. I've had at a restaurant that were really good, so you could do the sweet potato cilantro fries, or the French fries with the lime and the cilantro on it. They used fresh chopped cilantro on it, so it was really good. But that Parmesan cheese is a really good one. Epicure has a cheesy fry seasoning which has Parmesan cheese in it, and they have a Cajun fry seasoning that's really good. And then for dipping sauces, you could do a chipotle aioli, which an aioli is a mayonnaise based dipping sauce. I like lemon aioli, which I made for crab cakes, but I actually like them better dipping my fries in them. And that was just mayonnaise, garlic, some Dijon mustard, and lemon and some salt. And it was absolutely phenomenal. So you could do that kind of you could also do a garlic aioli as well. So the base of it is some mayonnaise, your seasoning. Typically garlic is in it, whether you use garlic like this, it's like the minced, or you can use the garlic powder with just a little bit of salt. And then of course you can do barbecue sauce, ketchup, or ranch are some go-tos as well. So with this one, since this already has salt in it, I'm just going to sprinkle it on, and then I'm going to toss it. And you can kind of hear those are crunchy fries. And that's all there is to it. That is our fries for today. And so I'm going to pair this with my lunch, and I hope the next time you make fries that this is helpful and that you have the perfect homemade fries that you didn't have to go out and buy from a restaurant. So thank you much for joining me for homemade French fries today, where homemade traditions meet taste.